How are you today? Okay, so where am I? I'm in Panama. I am spending the next couple weeks training a couple of my clients on this amazing boat. I've been on this boat before, so it's kind of cool. I'm staying in a different room, and the reason I'm staying in a different room, I've been staying in the same room the past couple times I've been on here, is because there's a surf instructor coming on, and the surf instructor is staying in my usual room, and so I get a new room. But the cool thing about this is that I get a guest room. So this room is amazing. In fact, check it out. I'm going to give you a little tour. Um, Amazing. Oh my goodness. How awesome is this? So, yes, I'm going to be working really hard, but also it's going to be kind of an amazing vacation as well. I'm going to seriously miss my kids. Of course, I am training over Christmas, and so that's always tough because, I celebrate Christmas, and I miss the kids. We do a little FaceTime, but I'm going to do a little 4 day vacation with them. When I get back from this trip, I'll be back on January 3rd. Um, and that's pretty much it. So, we're going to do a 5-minute live today where I teach you how to integrate my breathing method, breathography, with a single leg squat. Now, it doesn't have to be a single leg squat. Oh, yeah. And why am I in the bathroom? Let me explain to you why I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom because I actually do many of my quickie workouts, when I only have like 15 or 20 minutes. I do many of my workouts, especially when I'm in my tiny bathroom, so I don't wake up the family. And because I have to wake up so early, sometimes I only have 15 or 20 minutes. And for me to like get to a gym and, commute time and everything, it's a lot. And so I've adapted to use a combination of heat, breath, and dun da 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 dun da 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 a toilet seat. Why a toilet seat? Because a toilet seat is literally the perfect height to access your glutes. For many of us, when we sit down to a toilet seat, it's about a 90-degree angle at the hip, and that helps to challenge that glute. Whether it's a squat, we can even do Pilates sitting on the toilet. For some people, it's like kind of gross, but what I always do is I would make sure, like it's also, my husband loves this because he knows that I'm kind of a mess, and I don't always clean the bathroom. So this is a good chance for me to, to do a little like bathroom cleaning, clean the toilet, clean the sink, clean all the stuff. And then I go into my workout. So the cleaning, I visualize that as part of my workout. So I start in the hot shower. I get my heart rate up. It's like a nice gradual aerobic warm up. It also wakes me up as I'm opening my eyes at 4:30 in the morning. So I'll go in the shower and I'll be in the hot shower for like 5 or 10 minutes. I'll try to be disciplined about not doing any office work when I am in the shower, but I am very disciplined about opening up a research article, something that I'm interested in, and reading that article as the only thing that I do for my warm up when my heart rate's gradually getting up in the shower, because there's so little time throughout the day. And I know I will blast through my day just taking care of tasks and not learning one new thing because I am so busy. I live in New York, and I'm actually moving right now from Brooklyn to the Bronx. But aside from that, I work in the city and I'm commuting. I'm going, back to back with clients and everything. And so to have the efficiency of using the heat from the shower as a warm up, as I'm learning something, so I'm turning my brain on, but I'm making sure I'm getting that one piece of learning in every day, which is so important. And then I'm doing intervals where like I'm getting my heart rate up in the shower, doing like some agility, some kickboxing, be safe. It can be slippery in there. So I keep my feet nice and grounded, and the breath work. And then jumping outside the shower, you don't have to jump. I do. I have mats on the floor. And then doing some leg work on the using the height of the toilet. But also, if you have a bathtub, the height of the bathtub is an amazing tool for training your glutes, because once you become advanced, you start doing those single leg squats all the way down to the ledge of the bathtube. I'm Irish now. I don't know. We're Scottish. I don't know. There are some Scottish crew members on the boat, so I guess it's rubbing off on me. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. And so what I'm going to show you today is we're going to go through the breathing method. I'm going to put my ab ribbon on because yes, the ab ribbon is on sale. If you go to HYPOXiX.fitness, HYPOXiX.fitness, you can click on the link and get an ab ribbon. It's 20% off. And I'm going to teach you why in the world you would even consider using the ab ribbon with your workout. So first, I'm going to face the side here, and I'm going to show you how I use my ab ribbon to improve my core. So I'm going to take a big inhale. I'm tightening the ribbon with the inhale, and I'm pushing the breath down. Tightening the ribbon helps you to improve your lung capacity because I'm pushing out into the ribbon. And then on my exhale, I'm pulling my belly button in, and I'm draining every last ounce of air out of my lungs as I loosen my ribbon. Okay, ready? So when you think you have no air left, shush and exhale, squeeze the air out. And in really intense abs, this is really helpful for postpartum women who are trying to find your abs, your deep abs after having a baby. This is basically, I've invented this for clients, like 10 years ago. It's gone through about 7 prototypes, and this is the version that it is right now and will be for the next couple of years. And anyway, so we're using this to maximize the breath potential, which is also increasing your core strength in conjunction with your exercise. So let's do a little workout here. We're going to do some single leg squats going down to the toilet. Now, if you're not advanced, single leg squats, it's advanced, then just a bilateral squat. Just put your feet, put your both feet on the ground and do your squats. Hi, I'm AJ. Hi. Where am I from? I'm originally from about an hour south of Boston. I'm a Southie, but I live in New York right now. Actually, I live in the Bronx. So I just bought a house in the Bronx. I've been living in Brooklyn for the past 15 years, but my 2 young kids really need some backyard space, and we really got sick of doing street parking in Brooklyn. It takes up a lot of time, and it's really expensive. All the tickets, always getting tickets, because sometimes my husband and I aren't available to change the spot of the car. And so anyway, we bought a house in the Bronx. It's in renovation. It's crazy, super stressful time, but I'll show you the house. We hope it's finished about 6 months from now. I'm going to be doing a lot of my live workouts from there. There's a lot of natural light in the house. It's a beautiful mid-century traditional Rambler house. So we're very, very, very excited about that. So hello. So now we're going to do toilet. Why are we in the bathroom? Because we're going to use the height of the toilet to maximize our glutes in our single leg squat. Okay. Why do I have a scale? If you can see this, I'm stepping on a scale. I'm doing that to increase my the height of my foot so that I increase the depth so I can get my glute a little bit more. This is an advanced technique. You don't have to do this. Like sometimes what I'll do is I'll even if you know what a squatty potty is, that optimizes your angle when you're going to the bathroom, that's actually a nice height to really get the glutes so that you're actually bending below 90 degrees when you go down. So we're going to do that same technique where we're going to try about 4 repetitions of a squat on 1 exhalation, loosening the ribbon around the waist as you do those exhalations. Okay. So take a big inhale, tighten your ab ribbon. And if you don't have one yet, hurry. It's 20% off. HYPOXiX Fitness, HYPOXiX Fitness. Actually makes a really good gift. I promise. It does. It comes with a bunch of free workouts, a little cute QR code. I promise. All right, inhale. And 4 on the exhale. I'm squeezing the air. I feel those obliques, and my ribbon is loose. So that is squatting. That is your functional training. That is a functional movement in conjunction with performing your breathing. Now we're going to do a single leg squat. Now I'm going to try 3 of these on 1 exhale, and I'm going to actually use my ab ribbon to make sure that my pelvis is staying level. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to sink into this hip, and I don't want the right side of my ab ribbon to go below. Well, this is actually my left side, so I'll call my left. I don't want my standing leg hip to go above. See how the ab ribbon's now going on an angle? I'm going to try to keep that ab ribbon nice and level. So you're maintaining pelvic stability as you do your single leg squat. So you're strengthening and you're using your core to stabilize your pelvis in conjunction with training your glute like crazy. And you're going to feel that booty more when you get your pelvis in line. I'm going to try 3 of these on 1 exhale, tightening the ribbon up first, and then loosening the ribbon when I do the 3 repetitions on 1 exhalation. So I'm going to reach my arms to the front. All right, I'm balancing on 1 leg here. Ready? Inhale. Let me make sure I don't fall. Just tap the butt to the toilet seat. Perfect depth for the glutes. Inhale. And woo. Inhale. 2 more sets. You can do it. Keep the ribbon level. Weight back in the heel on the way down. Holy bananas. Inhale. Tighten that ribbon and go again. This oblique, stabilizing your pelvis. Wow. And you'll feel that oblique a lot more when you do that maximum exhale. All right. So, heart rate's up. This is a nice interval in like the middle of the day. You're doing some office work. I was actually just unpacking. I'm on a yacht. Yes, I'm on a yacht, you guys. I'm not a billionaire. I'm just training some clients. It's quite a life. I'm going to be out here for 2 weeks, and I'm going to be doing quite a lot of intermittent lives. So please join me. I'll be doing little live classes and giving you little tidbits of information and all of that jazz. And all that jazz. It's true, you guys. I actually had a Broadway career before all this training stuff happened. It's hilarious. I'll tell you more about that later. Okay, here we go. 3 on the exhale. All right, inhale. This oblique is stabilizing. Let's go. Tighten the ribbon, and now 3 on the exhale, loosening the ribbon, belly button to spine. Inhale. 3 on the exhale. This oblique. Inhale. Fall back in your heel on the way down. Wow. And that is how you do a single leg squat. Connecting to your obliques, loosening the ab ribbon. Feels great. And it's awesome because if you only have 5 minutes for a workout, if you combine controlled breathing in conjunction with 10 to 15 repetitions of a functional movement, you're not only going to get your heart rate up, you're going to work your core more greatly. You're preventing injury because you're using your core to stabilize your back in something like a single leg squat. But there's also a variety of other effects. I won't get too nerdy on you, but ultimately, when you slow your breathing down in conjunction with movement, you're also improving your carbon dioxide tolerance. Because what's happening is when you slow your breathing down, scientific term is hypoventilation, you're increasing your body's carbon dioxide levels. And your body adapts to that over time. So you're not going to increase your CO2 tolerance by doing it once or doing it twice. But in general, if you perform it for 2 to 4 weeks, you actually do start to feel and see those CO2 tolerance improvements. And why the heck would you even worry about that? Well, research has shown that if you improve your carbon dioxide tolerance, your ability to tolerate higher levels of carbon dioxide in training, not only can you improve your exercise performance, because that also correlates with being able to tolerate the other high intensity molecules and changes in pH in your body becoming more acidic and increases in lactate in your body. But also it correlates with being able to tolerate greater levels of stress throughout your day, which is amazing because all of this ties in with your chemoreceptors in your brain that tend to live in and around the areas that also control your stress levels, like your amygdala. And so because you're decreasing the sensitivity of those receptors that sense levels of carbon dioxide in your body, then you are less likely to become stressed and start hyperventilating even unconsciously throughout the day because your kid annoyed you, or your kids are fighting, or your husband is being an idiot, or, not talking about myself at all. And so it's amazing that you can take a 10-minute break throughout the day, and by simply controlling your breathing, I highly recommend getting an ab ribbon. I know I'm a bit biased. Yes, I did invent it. I did. But I still wear it to this day. And, for the past 10 years, even when I was tying satin ribbons around my waist, I connect to this because it's incredibly helpful to have tactile feedback or have some kind of external feedback that you're getting a full breath and that you're getting a full core contraction with every single repetition of movement. And this is one of the reasons why I invented it. I used it with that muscle that pulls your navel to your spine, but also you're getting a higher activity of the obliques, the external, the internal, all those muscles that can be difficult to achieve to full contraction or full capacity in some movements. And because those muscles tend to be underused, we start to overuse the other muscles. And why do we get muscle spasms or just chronic tension in certain muscles? Because there's certain muscles that are overused and other muscles that are underused. So think about a bridge, tensegrity. All of those cables on the bridge should be working equally and sharing the load. But if there are if there's like, you know, 100 cables that are doing all the work and 200 cables are supposed to be doing the work, well, then all the force, all the weight still needs to be supported, and so those 100 cables or 50% of the cables that should be working, because you can view your muscles, in your body like cables on a bridge. Those cables are going to become more stressed, and it wasn't designed that way. That bridge wasn't designed that way. That bridge was not designed to support the load with just the 100 cables. So you see how you get chronic neck tension over time. Some people think, oh, I need to stretch the muscle, I need to get a massage, and sometimes that helps put a band-aid on the problem. But the real problem for many people is that, like, your head is forward, it's out of alignment, you're underusing these deep cervical neck flexors, you're stuck in a position like this, the shoulders are hunched, maybe your shoulders are too shoved down. If an instructor has been telling you to shove your shoulders down, rethink that. Many times we need to think shoulders down, but we also need to think shorten the upper traps a little. Stop lengthening them so much. It's the wrong length. And then the upper traps aren't working correctly. These muscles aren't working correctly. So this is like the classic posture. But really what you should be doing is like lifting the collarbone, taking a deep exhale to loosen your abdomen, engaging your deep neck flexors. And there, beautiful tensegrity, where now all of the muscles are working synergistically so that you have less neck tension. And that is not going to just put a band-aid on your problems, but over time, it's going to improve your problem. It's going to eliminate your problems. Now, of course, some of us have problems with arthritis and, disc issues and stuff like that, and stenosis. I know that those are, like we can perform these exercises, or some of these exercises need to be modified to accommodate for those, for those issues. But ultimately, there are so many things that we can do. Someone says, oh, hi. Someone says, hi, I do carbon monoxide tolerance training. JJ, hilarious. What difference is there between that silly band and a normal belt? Yeah, I suppose I suppose it is silly. I suppose it is silly because I invented it myself. It's actually not silly. You know why? So when I was I did have a Broadway career for a long time, and when I was I was actually at the Winter Garden Theater. I was in Mamma Mia on Broadway for many years, and I would spend like the little window of time that I had between training clients and going to the theater to go to the Garment District in New York. It's like south of Times Square. And I would like get my hands on materials, and I would like try different things on clients. I mean, this is like the 10th prototype of this thing. And I went through a lot of different materials because I wanted it to have enough weight, including a very specific buckle, a material that's a bit heavy, so that you get feedback. Like when you're exhaling deeply, you are getting the feedback that it's a bit weighted, so you feel it fall just a little bit, right? And then also this garment guard here, it gives you feedback as to where you were able to exhale last time, right? And so it's at the perfect width, and it also just gives you that perfect feedback based on the materials, based on the weight, but based on the density of this, of this nylon. It's kind of like a seatbelt material. And what else is great about this band? It comes with a QR code that gives you a bunch of free exercises that teach you how to do this specific research-supported breathing. This is my 3rd year of research using this specific breathing methodology, where we use an extremely specific tempo, frequency, intensity, and duration of breath to optimize your workouts. Now, what we saw in the first pilot study was that the women who elongated their exhales and shortened their inhales, using this breathing technique and loosening the abdomen, of course, on the exhale, achieved greater fat loss, greater decrease in waist circumference, greater strength gain. What else did they see? An increase in resting metabolic rate, and did I say increase in strength? I'm pretty sure that's it. But that was exciting. It was a pilot study. It was a small number of women, but it was cool because with that study, and we got a grant for that, we were able to get a bigger grant. And now we're about to launch our next study at New York Institute of Technology in Long Island. And we're going to be using the ab ribbons, and we're going to be using the long exhales, and we're going to compare that to traditional altitude training, actually. Because one of the other reasons I designed this breathing method is because not only does it help you to connect to your core and increase your carbon dioxide tolerance, but it also allows you in more advanced levels, when you add breath retentions onto it, to hypoxically train. And so comparing this breathing methodology to traditional altitude training using sea level hypoxic or altitude training equipment like the mask, or even being in a chamber, and comparing that to using this breathing methodology to achieve positive adaptations, trying to stay away from negative adaptations, which is just simply staying in the right window of blood oxygen. Using this breathing method is kind of exciting. So that's something else that we're doing with this silly band. Hi, Be Unique. How are you today? JJ, so I hope I answered your question, but can you use just a normal belt? Of course, like you can tie a bathrobe tie around your waist. You can get a leather belt, put it on. But like start there because I don't want you to feel like I'm saying like my belt is the only way. But I did spend years figuring out materials like optimized for the workout. Um, for example, this can get wet and you can get sweaty and it will dry very quickly. You can put it in the washing machine. Like if you put a leather belt on, it's not going to be extremely comfortable when you're working out. I sometimes even do a bathrobe tie, but it's just annoying. You might as well have the real thing. And this thing, it's only $22. I'm trying to work on opening up a Shopify store right now. It's only on Amazon, but if you go to hypoxix.fitness, HYPOXiX.fitness, you can connect to this. You can find this band if you're interested in trying the ab ribbon. And I'm running a little ad right now because I do believe it makes a great Christmas gift because it comes with a QR code. There's a little picture of me and my kids on the front because I am a mompreneur. I have 2 kids. Life is insane. I can't even believe that I did this. Over the course of having 2 babies. It's been insane. If I had circles under my eyes, it's because I wake up at 4 a.m. every morning because it's the only way that this entrepreneurial effort is getting done on top of full-time personal training, having a 5 and an 8-year-old, having a husband, and trying to keep it all going. So it's crazy. Thank you guys so much for joining the live. I'm going to stop it there. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for joining. Did I already say thanks so much for joining? I'm going to be doing a lot of lives because I'm going to have a little extra, a little more free time because when I'm doing these boat jobs, I train a lot and I'm on call. So like if someone calls me right now and they want to train, I run upstairs. But I'm much less busy here than like when I'm hustling in New York and I'm just like, flying around the town, seeing clients, taking care of my kids, like taking them to gymnastics, making sure they're getting everything they need. And like, life is insane. Life in New York City is not for the weary, I tell you that. Anyway, thanks for joining, you guys, and check out the next one.